After E3, we now have 64 games for the Xbox One set for release between July of this year to the whole of 2018. Here they are arranged by release date. DeadCore. After its successful PC debut in 2014, the 5-bit game's critically acclaimed platform FPS finally makes its way to the Xbox One in the hands of a competent new developer. Waking up in a strange world and devoid of memories, speedrun towards the central tower in a journey filled with gravity-defying blocks, aggressive robots, and tricky puzzles. Find all the answers in this remarkable platformer. It's set for release this 14th of July. Fortnite. After years in development hell, it's about time we got our hands on Epic Games' base-building zombie-killing action. Arguably one of the most colorful zombie games to date, lead their quirky Overwatch-style characters into the fray, creating one of the most badass forts the world has ever seen. Customize it down to the very last nail, set some traps, and watch them zombies go boom. If you just can't wait, you can pre-order the game to get access 4 days before everyone else, as well as its Store Master Weapon Pack. No news what that contains, but we'll know once it releases this July 25th. Tacoma. This is Fulbright's new venture after their rather controversial Gone Home. It follows much of the same narrative focus as their previous title, this time about a group of people stuck on the eponymous spaceship. Investigate the remnants of the lost space crew and discover how tragedy affects each of their relationships with audio records and captured videos. It's a new way to experience a story, and it's coming this 2nd of August. Ark Survival Evolved. Have you ever wanted to roam around with dinosaurs? Well, you're in luck because Ark Survival lets you do just that. The open-world action-adventure takes into a prehistoric paradise filled with a perfect balance of beautiful landscapes and deadly reptiles. Create your own base, gather some resources, collect weapons, and make yourself king among the land of giants. Already available on early access, it makes an official release this 8th of August. Agents of Mayhem. Saints Row spin-off series enter the game's futuristic Seoul, South Korea. Unlike Saints Row, you'll be able to control multiple characters at the same time, controlling 3 Mayhem agents. Use their unique abilities to stop Legion's evil plans of taking over the world. Pre-ordering the game will grant you an appearance of the popular Johnny Gat from Saints Row. It's scheduled to release this 15th of August. Hello Neighbor. Go on a deadly hide-and-seek game in this stealth survival game by Dynamic Pixel. The goal is simple. Sneak into your neighbor's basement to find out the truth about his horrible secrets, except that neighbor is learning every one of your actions every single time. Test your stealth against a dynamic AI and try to avoid a barrage of traps set after every failed turn. Despite its cartoony looks, it can definitely deliver a healthy dose of suspense. Watch your step as it releases August 29th. Life is Strange Before the Storm. As we lie in wait for a sequel to Max Caulfield's time-distorting adventures, this 3-part prequel from Deck 9 Studios is giving us a closer look into the struggles of a largely misunderstood Chloe and her friendship with Rachel. With Max's absence, so too is her power to manipulate time. Instead, our actions have even more bearing as we watch Chloe through her occasionally reckless actions. It's even more so a coming-of-age story that we hope does justice to the brand we've come to love. It's set to release this 31st of August. Destiny 2. Bungie's online-only space shooting adventure gets another chapter. After the original's rather bland global debut, Bungie promises to deliver a bigger and better world with improved campaigns, reworked weapon systems, upgraded server architecture, as well as new raids and strikes. While that's all well and good, the game is apparently locked at 30 FPS, which not everyone might appreciate. Still, with a supposedly enhanced universe, it still might be worth another try. Beta starts this July 18th, and it will officially launch on September 6th. Pro Evolution Soccer 2018. Konami's realistic football simulator gives us another chapter of juicy football drama. This time, Barcelona, Dortmund, and Liverpool are taking center stage and taking on the high-stakes matches against the world's best football clubs. They're also showing off their Real Touch Plus that delivers an even more realistic control of the ball to give us those satisfying dribbles. Pre-order the game and you'll be able to use Olympic runner Usain Bolt as a playable character in My Club mode. Strike up a goal as it releases this September 12th. Dishonored 2: Death of the Outsider. The critically acclaimed stealth adventure gets another intriguing standalone expansion. Watch the quest giver Megan Foster take center stage in the intense action of the series. In this episode, wheelchair-bound assassin rescues his former master and goes after the seemingly immortal outsider, in which Dishonored character's powers take root. With a likely reprise of the dual character setup, double team your way through the exciting action once it releases this September 15th. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below. NBA 2K18, arguably the most popular basketball simulation game to date. Much like every year, it promises to bring even more high-quality games, along with a complete lineup of today's best basketball superstars. With this impressive record, it's no wonder Kyrie Irving is gracing this year's covers. We're in for more surprises with an all-new control system to let you rule the court once again. Build your dream team and shoot some hoops. Coming this September 19th. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. One of the most well-known fighting games of all time comes back with infinitely better presentations and a whole new roster of heroes to choose from. The epic crossover gets a galactic upgrade with the addition of Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Gamora, as well as Capcom's famous robotic hero Mega Man X and Sigma. Create the tag team battle of the century and help the cast save the world from a new threat. It's set to release on September 19th. FIFA 18. Just another standard release from the premier football simulation title. With Real Madrid shooting goals like their life depends on it, it was more than an easy choice to finally cast football's most recognizable face onto their covers. If only they foresaw his imminent retirement from Spanish football. Other than controversy, this year's title will also come with visual tweaks and movement upgrades to make players and the story come alive. It's set to release this September 29th. Cuphead. This run-and-gun platformer harkens back to the whimsical nature of the 1930s animations, complete with atmospheric soundtracks and full-screen dialogue. With every frame created with love, they created a beautiful world that totally captures the charm of old cartoons. Join the porcelain-headed boy as he traverses through a chaotic and enchanting land, rife with color and imagination. Get in line, Sony. It's set to release this September 29th. Forza Motorsport 7. Feast your senses once again in Turn 10 Studios' newest title for the Motorsport series. It offers an enhanced experience in gaming, 60 frames per second, and an eye-popping 4K resolution. Rev up your engines, gather your crew, and drool over every one of their 700 cars, from Ferraris to Lamborghinis and so much more. It's shaping up to be the ultimate racing game on the console, and it's set to release this October 3rd. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. This second title will bring you back to the troubled, action-packed lands of Middle-earth. Gather an army of warriors and work together with Ranger Talion and his companion Celebrimbor to vanquish evil from their world. Fight against Sauron's forces throughout all of their creations and prepare for more vengeful orcs with its improved Nemesis system. Scheduled for release this October 10th. The Evil Within 2. Announced during Bethesda's press conference with a harrowing cinematic trailer, the nightmare continues in Sebastian Castellano's life. Unfortunately, Shinji Mikami is no longer directing the game. Instead, he becomes its producer. Not much details were unveiled, but judging from the short gameplay trailer they announced, expect this game to twist your psyche and trigger nightmares even when you're not asleep. It's one of the most underrated horror games during its time, and it's coming this October 13, 2017. Alex. An open-world science fiction adventure. This game takes you to a technologically advanced dystopia torn apart by a catastrophic threat. The survivors are forced to battle in a war that separates magic from science. Pick from a wide range of weapons such as guns, swords, crossbows, and magical artillery. It's a tactical journey of survival, chaos, and scientific splendor. It's coming this October 17, 2017. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Delays after delays, Ubisoft's next entry to Comedy Central's hilarious cartoon show is back. With Stick of Truth's success, follow Cartman, Kyle, Stan, Kenny, and more in a turf war that's all about superhero movie franchises. Be the new kid and unleash your time-bending fart powers in its enhanced grid and turn-based combat. Meet the lovable cast of characters from the South Park universe and feast your eyes, because it's coming this October 17th. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. One of Bethesda's highly rated games, this dystopian first-person shooter is all about an alternate timeline where the Nazis won World War II. The year is 1961 and the evil Germans are taking over Uncle Sam's territory. Follow BJ Blazkowicz as he helps the Americans secure their grand survival. Blow up Nazis with style and precision because this is one of the most anticipated shooters this year. It's coming this October 27, 2017. Assassin's Creed Origins. We was kings and shit. After the franchise's 1-year hiatus, the next entry to their badass series is back. Travel back through time and witness Egypt in its ancient glory. Retrace the first steps of the Assassin Brotherhood and control Bayek, a badass motherfucker with a badass eagle named Senu. Team up together and take down corrupt officials that disrupt Egypt's reign. Explore gorgeous dunes, climb ancient temples, spy with your eagle, stab people, and shoot them with an arrow. It's coming this October 27, 2017. Call of Duty World War II. Everyone seems to be going back to the past for this year's video game releases. Step into the peak of World War II and witness the different perspectives of the war that changed the world. Its campaign takes you to various factions throughout the world as they fight for survival in this chaotic time in history. Multiplayer by far is the most anticipated since it offers new weaponry, new modes, and a sweet battlefield to mess around with. It's coming this November 3rd. Need for Speed Payback. Inspired by the Fast and the Furious spirit, this latest entry to one of the best-selling racing franchises to date is coming to the Xbox One. Wrecked cars and destructible objects make it all the more better. Ride into the beautiful place of Fortune Valley and take revenge against an evil cartel that's taking control of the land. Choose from their wide variety of licensed cars and supercharge them to perfection. The high-stakes action begins once the game releases this November 10, 2017. Crackdown 3. One of the games that every Microsoft fan is dying to play, the release gameplay trailer shows an incredibly chaotic sandbox experience and Terry Crews. Everything in this game is destructible. Take down evil politicians and vicious enemies and reclaim your justice. Load out your favorite weapons and watch the city in mayhem. It's coming this November 7. Super Lucky's Tale. Originally produced as an Oculus Rift game, this 3D platforming adventure takes you to a virtual reality experience of cheerful childhood wonder. Rescue Lucky's sister and reclaim the Book of Ages from the hands of the evil Jinx. Roam around vivid worlds that the franchise was known for and get ready to meet and greet the lovable cast of characters reminiscent to the N64 days. It's coming this November 7, 2017. Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's nothing more Star Wars-y than DICE's upcoming shooter. Return to the Battlefront in this sequel packed with so much content, you feel like you're in George Lucas' universe. Now taking focus with the new movies, take control of new characters such as Darth Maul and Rey as they determine which side of the Force is better. Additionally, experience a campaign mode that takes place before the Death Star was destroyed. It's a whole new journey in a galaxy far, far away, and it's coming this November 17. Vampyr. Don't Not Entertainment's new and bloodthirsty IP takes you to 1918 London, where a plague ravages the land. Play as a doctor with the innate desire to suck blood. Separate yourself from the whims of the world or be a helpful protector with medical expertise. Knowing that it's the same company that made Life is Strange, your choices will be a big factor to the game. If the story isn't your concern at the moment, unleash your vampire powers with the game's visceral third-person combat. It's coming this November 2017. Project Cars 2. If there's one thing Slightly Mad Studios succeeded the most, it's creating this seamless racing game. It's realistic, authentic, and beautiful. The trifecta of racing games has achieved full form in this sequel. Get ready to put the pedal to the metal with graphics so gorgeous and physics so accurate. It's game tested by real-life race car drivers, and it's crafted to perfection. It's coming this late 2017. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. Dive into a fantasy world brimming with light and darkness. This game takes the action-adventure combat to another degree. Dark Arisen contains all the game's previous DLCs, including more additional content. Explore a living and breathing world filled with so many possibilities. For the Xbox One, it offers a refined visual experience, new achievements, trophies, and more. It's coming this fourth quarter of 2017. NBA Live 18. This was supposed to be NBA Live 17. Troubles with the poor reception of Live 16 may have forced EA to take a closer look at the fundamentals of the game, opting to skip a year to rebuild the failing NBA Live franchise. So, what's in store? There's new gameplay innovations like more responsive player movement and better dribbling, a career journey, and franchise management. Will these be enough to take on 2K18? We'll soon find out as NBA Live 18 is scheduled for release this fourth quarter. Dark and Light. This is a reworked and upgraded version of the 2004 sandbox MMORPG. It follows the classic MMO formula of warring factions, exploration, magic, and never-ending battle between forces of the light and the dwellers of the dark. Then there's the human aspect of competing for resources and survival. While the teaser looks great, we really don't know how it will perform on the Xbox. If you're an MMO fan, look forward to its release later this year. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This popular last man standing shooter is coming to the Xbox as a console exclusive. Created by Brendan Green, one of the pioneers of the Battle Royale genre in gaming. Players must find weapons and supplies to increase their chances of survival in a free-for-all combat where anything can and will happen. Battlegrounds is currently in early access on PC and is set to launch on the Xbox sometime this year. Osiris New Dawn. The age of space exploration beyond our solar system has begun. You're part of a team sent to the Gliese 581 system to find habitable planets. Survive the terror of a literal alien world filled with unknowns. Explore, craft, fight, and work with other players to build a thriving colony. This too is in early access for the PC and will be coming soon this year. Brawlout, a competitive fighting platformer that draws inspiration from Street Fighter and Smash. So far, only 6 fighters have been revealed, each with unique playstyle, techniques, and rampages. 3 more are still under development and should be announced on or before release. Yeah, the roster is kinda small, but the real challenge for the devs, on top of the technical hurdles, is making the fighters memorable. We'll soon see, cause it's scheduled to release sometime this year. Observer, a survival horror game set in a dystopian Poland, where a digital plague has put the country in chaos. You play as a detective who hacks into people's memories and fears. Developer Bloober Team puts emphasis on the game's deep narrative and storytelling. Let's all hope this doesn't become just another walking simulator. It's up for release later this year. Raiders of the Broken Planet. Chaos is brewing on a broken planet and you're invited. In this asymmetric online action adventure, you're tasked to fight alongside your factions in a dynamic 4 divided by 1 battle. Shoot, brawl, gather, and revel in its deep storyline, with human invaders, alien inhabitants, and terrorizing raiders battling for their own very different motivations. Which side will you choose? It's set to release sometime this year. Kingdom Come Deliverance, a self-published title made possible by Kickstarter. Warhorse Studios is taking us on a grand medieval adventure in the land of Bohemia. One of its exemplary features is its focus on historical accuracy and realism, as it tells a story about the Holy Roman Empire. Put yourselves in the shoes of warriors, bards, and thieves, and roam around a stunning open world. It's set to release on February 13th, 2018. Far Cry 5. Explore the evolving terrors of religious extremism in Ubisoft's latest entry to their award-winning survival shooter series. Now they're taking you to the fictional county of Montana. Stop a cult from executing their fanatic exploits and get out of there quick. In this new location, it's the most open Far Cry game to date. Watch out for mating bolts. It's set to release on February 27, 2018. Metal Gear Survive. Konami is taking the Metal Gear franchise to a whole new direction in their latest title after the Kojima split. This time, multiplayer zombie killing is the new political intrigue. While there's a lot of confusion and hate to wade through, this new take seems to show a bit of promise. Gather your friends, build your base, and shoot off those infected faces. Weird, but it just might work. It's set to release early 2018. EA Sports UFC 3. The Ultimate Fighting Championship and Electronic Arts unite once again to bring mixed martial arts to your gaming screens. While not much has been reported, not even for the cover athlete, it's already an expected release for everyone's calendars. We'll have to wait and see whose faces we could pretend to beat up and what changes await for us. It's set to release early 2018. A Way Out, one of the breakout games for this year's E3. From the creators of Brothers, The Tale of Two Sons, comes the awaited return of split-screen gaming. Out to prove that two heads are better than one, this exclusively co-op game takes us on yet another tale of brotherhood. Play the role of two convicted brothers and hatch your prison escape by solving puzzles littered throughout the game. No single-player mode available. Coming early 2018. Robocraft Infinity. Free Jam is letting you build your own spacecraft down to the last block in this follow-up to their original indie hit. An exclusive for Microsoft system, craft your own vehicles Lego style, and take them into the explosive multiplayer arenas. With new controls, physics, achievements, and progression system, it's almost a whole new game that only adds more to the excitement of the original. Coming early 2018. Black Desert. The popular sandbox-style MMORPG is making its way to the Xbox One as a console launch exclusive. Tame the beasts of the wild and fight against them with precise freeform combat style. With its dynamic weather, day and night cycles, and next-gen graphics, the already gorgeous game will look even better with the Xbox One X upgrades that support 4K resolution. It's set to release early 2018. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below. Dunk Lords. Who'da thunk that Smash Bros style brawls and basketball could mix so well? Well, it does, and it's finally making it to the Xbox One. Get in on the action-packed fun and pick from a lineup of over 50 ball brawlers, from cyborgs to strawberry heads and more, each with their own unique style. Start a local pickup game with up to 4 players, or weave through the game's story mode with a friend. Shoot some epic hoops when it comes out early 2018. Unruly Heroes. Among the slew of AAA titles this year, Magic Design Studios manages to sneak in their fantastical side-scrolling platformer inspired by the legend of the Monkey King. With its Rayman-like visuals, it might seem like a familiar venture for the fans of the Ubisoft platformer. Transform into a slew of other beasts and fight against its ferocious bosses. Not much details have been revealed as of yet, but it's set to release early 2018. Sea of Thieves. Ahoy mateys! Time to take up the pirate life in Rare's colorful online action adventure. Sail into the high seas along with friends and strangers and brave the currents as well as the barrage of cannons heading your way. But what makes it special is the freedom it gives its players with guided emergence. It's a shared open world that lets you create your own stories with your hardy crew of buccaneers. Setting sail early 2018. Monster Hunter World. Capcom's biggest entry to its iconic Monster Hunter universe is just about to get better. Now on Microsoft's shoes, experience beautiful moments filled with deadly beasts and dangerous fauna with your friends. According to Capcom, everything is your playground. Team up with 3 of your friends and embark on an epic hunting adventure. It's also the first Monster Hunter game to have a PC version. It's set to release on the first quarter of 2018. Red Dead Redemption 2. Although Rockstar's Cowboy Zombie Fest was a no-show at this year's E3, there's still a whole lot of hype. Unfortunately, there hasn't been any news about the game lately. There have been speculations that developers will allow for cross-platform gaming, but there's no confirmation so far. However, it's still set for release on the second quarter of 2018. Skull and Bones. Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Black Flag was a hallmark for pirate gaming. Everyone lauded the game's seamless transition from third-person action-adventure to a bombarding naval gameplay. It's pretty much like Sea of Thieves but with more Ubisoft touch. That means the possibility of microtransactions, no dedicated servers, and other stuff that'll surprise fans. Nonetheless, it looks like a promising multiplayer experience for the fans of the pirate genre. It's set to release on the fourth quarter of 2018. State of Decay 2. Undead Labs' exclusive open-world zombie survival is packing up more under its sleeves this year. Dive into their decaying world once again and make use of their unique survival mechanics. Roam around with your group of survivors, build settlements, and make your very own apocalypse story. Set to release the second quarter of 2018. Anthem. With BioWare's recent fiasco with Andromeda, it's time they set the bar high. This new IP takes you to a futuristic science fiction world where Destiny meets Mass Effect and Titanfall. With Exoskeleton Dawn, traverse to a land of primeval beauty. Be a freelancer set to explore nature's deadly landscapes in search for survival and meaning. Unite with your friends in its 4-player co-op experience, and let's hope BioWare doesn't disappoint. It's coming during the fourth quarter of 2018. Code Vein. Bandai Namco's anime version of the Soul series is oozing with blood and badassery. Set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is no longer the king of civilization, follow a group of revenants called Veins. These powerful warriors are entrusted with the gift of using the blood of your enemies as your strength. Fend off creatures known as the Lost and unleash your bloodbath to hell and back. It's coming to the Xbox One this 2018. Dragon Ball FighterZ. The same company that created BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, Arc System Works is adding another feather to their cap with an awesome-looking fighter that mixes the best elements of the Guilty Gear series with the epicness of Dragon Ball Z's characters. Watch the interplanetary battles unfold in 3 vs 3, held in their iconic locations, and rendered in Arc System's trademark cinematics. It's over 9,000! And it's set for release early 2018. Metro Exodus. An open-world Metro game? It's bound to happen. After the success of their 2 popular Metro games, the adventure is not stopping with Exodus. Drawing their inspiration from Stalker's open-world design, step into a radioactive Moscow after a catastrophic nuclear event ravage the world. Once again based on the novels of Dmitry Glukhovsky, go up the surface and explore the dangers of a dystopian world. It's bigger than ever and it's coming this 2018. Deep Rock Galactic. Another Microsoft exclusive. Announced during E3, Ghost Ship Games' newest first-person shooter lets you take control of a group of dwarves as you mine new planets and defend against deadly creatures. It's a stylish co-op game for up to 4 players. Dive into caves, collect treasures, and survive the way out. It's set to release this 2018. The Last Night. A 16-bit game that offers a lot of depth in its visuals, as well as its story. It just oozes with style and flair, mixing pixel aesthetics with bright neon colors and a lifelike and immersive feeling, like Hyperlife Drifter and Wong Kar-wai's Love Child. It's a platformer with a cinematic twist, taking you into a dystopian city full of intriguing encounters. It's set to release this 2018. Ooblets. Combining 3 of the most popular concepts, Ooblets lets you take care of a growing monster farm, fight against other monsters, and decorate your avatar and your home. While all of those seem fun, what makes it so endearing is its charming art style that has the perfect blend of form function. Dive into a captivating, colorful, clay-like world that almost makes me want to punch a wall. It's set to release this 2018. Riverbond. Uncover the truth of a collapsing world and embark a journey on a magical river. With switching landscapes and a thoughtful co-op multiplayer, travel around its voxel-based environment with the aid of your friends. According to Cog Connected, it's like Bastion meets Castle Crashers. This indie game is coming this 2018. Surviving Mars. Paradox Interactive is going head-to-head with Aven Colony as they take their award-winning simulation games out of the familiar Earth and right into the mysteries of Mars. Travel to the Red Planet and begin your colonization project. Construct domes to protect your people from the harsh conditions and gather all the resources you can get from the limited environment. It's set to release this 2018. Tropico 6. El President is coming back for more dictatorial shenanigans in this 6th installment of their management simulation game. With a thirst for more power, El Presidente is widening his reach on the land, giving us even more content to work with. Travel to the tropical Tropico with new topographies and story missions for you to flesh out your inner dictator. Rule it any way you want, whether with an iron fist or a stretched out hand. It's set to release sometime in 2018. Darksiders 3. Following the story of death in the 2012 release, THQ Nordic and Gunfire Games brings us another chapter in their apocalyptic action RPG. This time, we play as the third horseman, Fury, on her mission to annihilate the 7 deadly sins. Ride the Black Horse through the war-torn Earth, solving puzzles and decimating foes in hack-and-slash combat. It's set to release this 2018. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Revealed during this year's E3, the team that gave us an emotional adventure about a decaying forest returns for another emotional adventure about a decaying forest. This Metroidvania adventure takes you into the shoes of Ori once again, a bright forest spirit dedicated to save the forest. No details were shown during the reveal, but judging from its cinematic trailer, there's a growing darkness on the horizon. Unfortunately, it has no release date yet. Kingdom Hearts 3. Square Enix isn't backing down with their most anticipated title. This third and possibly final entry to the Disney/Final Fantasy crossover game is finally around the corner. Although it wasn't clearly stated that this game will get an Xbox One release, rumors said it was gonna happen. Who knows, it's only a matter of time before Sora's key-wielding adventures make it to Microsoft systems. As per usual, no release date yet, but we can feel it coming soon. Beyond Good and Evil 2. This prequel to a 2003 game promises to be expansive, ambitious, and way different from the original. The E3 announcement didn't provide much info other than some cinematic, drool-inducing preview. But what we do know is that the game will feature a seamless multi-planet adventure. Ooh, that's sounding to sound familiar. No Man's Sky, is that you? Maybe. We can't really tell. Give it a few years as it's still in development hell. We're looking forward to more info in the coming months or years. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.